Hey guys, welcome back to the CNSL Season 6. We're halfway through the round of 8. And now we are going to go into our last Terran player here in the tournament. It's going to be Soso in the bottom left. His opponent, a very strong, very aggressive Zerg in the top right. It is ZeLoT. This should be a great match, I think. I actually favor Soso just slightly. But it does matter as well how ZeLoT wants to do his build orders for the various maps, right? Like, he has a lot of aggressive plays. He's actually probably the build I feel like he's been getting known for a little bit more in Zerg vs. Terran is his Guardian Rush. He's extremely, extremely good at it. And to see if he uses that multiple times. So yeah, I'm excited for the match. Hope that you guys are enjoying. It has been a crazy, wonderful tournament thus far. And we'll see if it continues. I'd imagine that it would. For me personally, like, I know a lot of people were excited about that DeWalt match in the round of 8. But for me personally, this is the one that I'm really looking forward to. And it's, well, a lot of it is because there's a Terran player and I'm a Terran player, but also Soso is a player that I love to talk about his style, his different way of playing. Definitely a very excellent Terran pro. And I gotta say, it's a little bit surprising though he's the only one that made it through, right? I really thought Scan would end up making it. You know, obviously there was like a hard group there at the end and it didn't work out. But yeah, this tournament had several Terrans that I thought would do a bit better, with Soso being the sole representative this far in. Hope that he can keep it going forward. Now, you see that Soso is building up a little bit of a wall here. This is an excellent wall in for this map. It leaves just a couple holes for Zerglings to be able to get through. So you can clog that very quickly with your initial Marines, even pull an SCV if you really have to. And it is, in fact, a pull first here from ZeLoT. So he is making 6 Lings, 8 Lings even, to put some pressure on. Oh, boy. And actually, this is kind of funny. Okay, there's the second depot. I was like, ooh, is he going to go 15cc? That could actually cause a problem here. Now, one SCV goes over to this side. Are we going to have a scout with a second SCV? Okay, the second SCV is going up. Let's see where it goes to. Okay, only goes up that far. ZeLoT right now wants to dodge that SCV, seeing these Lings. Oh, man, it's a 1 Marine expand. So, Soso has been very greedy here. He hasn't made the 2 Marines that you normally make before the expansion, and he hadn't scouted them quickly. So, now he's nervous. He's sending down some SCVs. Lings running into the natural. Ooh, a tough opener here for Soso. I don't think he'll die to these Lings, but that's already good damage. 2, 3 SCVs going down. That Marine is definitely going to end up falling. More SCVs have to be drilled down as well. 2 Marines falling, a couple more SCVs as well. Oh my god. Guys, this is too much damage, actually. These Lings are incredibly low, to the point where if he had even 1 Marine, he could clean this up. But, you know, it pops out and immediately is surrounded. More SCVs drilled down. This is not a game that ZeLoT is likely to lose. Incredible damage. You know, just a little bit of greed coming out of our Terran player, and ZeLoT has the punish already made, already ready. He's executing brilliantly. It's 6 SCVs to 11 drones. That, honestly, okay, I gotta be critical here. That, like, first off, it was a little bit greedy from Soso and he got caught, but honestly, he never dealt with it well. He sent smaller amounts of SCVs than he needed. That was kind of a bad hold. Not just kind of, that was a terrible hold by Soso. Like, he technically is alive, but you can't come back from this. It's like, look, he's gonna try to turn it into a cheese. He has 1 barracks, 2 barracks. He doesn't have enough SCVs to really build anything. Luckily, he doesn't need a depot for a while, right? I guess that we got to try to look at places that are positive. Here, he's trying to catch an Overlord. Like, he's trying to catch anything that he possibly can, because he needs a lot of help to come back in this game, and that is for sure. The Overlord, yeah, he's missing that by quite a bit. There's the Academy. Like, he's going to try some sort of stim rush. Dude, there's already a Sunken up. This is how well ZeLoT knows this position. You know, he does play very aggressive openers like that relatively often. And when he gets that type of damage, I'm sure he knows that the only thing that can go wrong is some sort of counterattack. And 1 Sunken already makes it so it's like, well, you need, you know, 6 Marines and 2 medics will bust this cleanly. Well, you'd honestly even less than that would, but like you already have the one sunken, so like you're not afraid of Marines walking across the map, like if it's pure Marine production. And like as it takes them longer and longer to get up to amounts that actually could threaten you, you can easily add on from there. So the Spire over halfway done. 21 drones to 10 SCVs. Right now, Soso is not even making SCVs. He knows that this is a fruitless endeavor. He's getting his stim. He's going to make a couple medics. Oh, he did catch that Overlord. Okay, I missed that. Sorry, but he did. The Overlord looks like it tried to cross over, and he caught that. So that's actually a really big deal that he ended up catching that Overlord, because now you have no vision here. That's probably the main thing. The supply block is nice, the fact that it takes away 8 of your supply, but like the real thing is that ZeLoT has no vision, okay? Look at the vision he has. Worthless, worthless. So he doesn't see anything. Marines and medics going across the map. The 6 mutas are already on the way, and he's already making a Queen's Nest. So he is actually technically going for a Guardian Rush. But honestly, like, the mutas are going to be out before Soso can hit the sunken. I think, like, Soso's going to GG pretty quickly here. There's nothing really left for him. Let's see if he can catch some mutas. No, unfortunately, ZeLoT a little bit too quick there. Soso not quick enough as well. He does not have range on these Marines and medics. Doesn't have the money for that. He's at 10 workers against 20. 1 base against 2. A little bit of an anticlimactic game. ZeLoT's going to tear this apart. Let him stim. Let it run out a little bit. The reason why he's flying around it in a circle, by the way, guys, I want to explain this because this is, again, a little bit anticlimactic. What you're looking for is anything that sticks out like that, right? When the Marines are in a straight line, they trade favorably. When they're not in a straight line, the mutas trade favorably. So see that? No straight line. Now it's more of a straight line, backs up. Well, at this point, he's so far ahead, it doesn't matter. Anyways, GG. Game 1 goes to ZeLoT. Getting into game number 2. ZeLoT up here in the top left of Dark Origin has gone for an overpool. And I think I know why. I'll explain that in a second. And then down here, we just have a very standard walled expansion coming up here from Soso, right? Just putting those buildings to choke up any Zerglings running in. Hopefully he doesn't take any real damage. It's an overpool, so this is more of a defensive build from ZeLoT. And the reasoning would be, currently in the pro scene, it's very, very popular and very strong, I might say. For Terran, on any expansion, anytime they have an expansion that is wallable like this, where it's a Zergling tight wall with 3 buildings, it's very popular to go 8 barracks and put pressure on, right? So as soon as ZeLoT spawned in the top left of Dark Origin, he knows that this wall is available, and thus it is a good choice for his opponent to go for an 8 racks, which means, hey, pull first is going to be a good way to stop that, to shut that down immediately. So I think very brainy move from ZeLoT, but of course we don't actually have that 8 barracks, right? This is just regular one. So overall, economically, we're seeing an advantage here from Soso because ZeLoT did play the safe build against what would theoretically be best here on the map. So kind of some nice mind games to open up. Command center immediately here for Soso. And ZeLoT, in the meantime, just going up for his lair. That is a very, very, very fast lair, by the way. I didn't check the exact time, but that was probably like a 2:35 layer or so. We'll check as it finishes up. But that means that it is going to be like the mutas probably will be about 20 seconds faster than normal. There's also the possibility of a lurker all in, but it doesn't look like it's going to be that way. He would have to start it already. And we don't see him doing that. And the Ling's just kind of standing out front. The Overlord watching Marine production. Definitely something you want to keep track of. And a very quick Academy and Refinery coming up as opposed to second racks. This is definitely the correct way to approach a build like what he's against right now. Let me explain that actually for a moment, right? If your opponent is going for a standard 2-hatch play where they go hatchery first, you know, the spawning pool in the gas, and then a quick layer around 3 minutes, 2 barracks is going to be fantastic because you can actually move out, put pressure on your opponent, you know, and try to make sure that they're not over droning. You can force sunkens, things like that. Now, when ZeLoT speeds that up by doing something like a pool first with a quick gas, that allows him to get the Mutalisks out like 20 seconds faster, which means the 2 barracks play is actually going to be too slow. You can't actually move out with it and force anything because the Mutalisks will already be there. So instead, what you do as Terran is you turn the build around. You go for a gas in an academy, and you get quicker stim, quicker range, and that's going to also give you quicker comm stats, for instance, where you can scout what your opponent is doing in case it's something cheesy. So just the little to and fro of these builds, both of them doing it wonderfully. Academy already on the way, going up to 3 racks. I imagine 3 racks will be exactly where it stops before he goes into his turrets. 6 Mutalisks on the way. Beautiful scan timing there to check. And he sees, of course, 3 eggs beating in unison after the Spire is done. There's no way that this is really anything other than mutas being made. So now he knows that as soon as his eBay finishes, he's going to start his missile turrets. I mean, this is a very good, very solid opener from both sides. I feel like you know, they both have basically done exactly what they wanted to do here. Like ZeLoT, you know, maybe he would have been a bit happier if he had caught an 8 racks or something, but that's about it. A little bit of harassment there on the depots as well. That actually could add up. That's something that the Mutalisks can harass. Like, this depot is very wide open for a kill. Now the Muta's flying in towards that main base. Ooh, the turret's not done. It is going to take 3 volleys from these to kill off the SCV, though. And actually, he's going after the turret itself, so trying to get a straight-up kill on that 75 minerals. But look at that. Soso doesn't... I feel like most Terrans would have canceled there, but he does not. And he's just going to go ahead and repair that now. Has the turrets going up. One in the back of his mineral line as well. Very, very important against these aggressive Mutalisks. And the game looks like it should normalize from here. Right? This looks pretty normal. Only 1 Marine up in that bunker, by the way. Kind of crazy. +1 attack for the Mutalisks on the way. And he comes in after this bunker because it does only have 1 Marine in it. It costs him like nothing to go and kill that. So this is problematic. Like, this is a lot of damage happening, right? He's diving on the turrets with the mutas while his lings force the Marines out of the main base. Now he's killed both the turrets, and that makes it really hard. Like, Soso has to come up here. He has to push the mutas out. He has to still defend. He can't defend these at all. There's no bunker here either, so Zerglings can still be powerful. And look at this, flying in, one-shotting the turret as it gets started. I tell you, that something like that, ZeLoT takes something as innocuous as only 1 Marine in the bunker and just capitalizes upon it immediately. Some great aggressive play here from ZeLoT. Like, he's got that killer instinct. Goes in a great volley there as well onto the Marines and medics with no turrets to support. This is very hard to stop these mutas. The mutas are getting a bit lower. He picks a few off. Mutas still trying to harass. And he is picking off a fair amount, but I think this is about time to turn around with these mutas. Loses another one to the missile turrets there. He has really dropped quite a few. Yeah, gonna work on something more free like these depots. These depots can't really be saved. You can see even the way he's microing, he's daring units to come out to try to save them. But he can get damage done all over the place. Some more Zerglings coming in. +1 Mutalisk attack almost done. Just pure Mutalisk being produced. Soso right now without enough anti-air. His factory's almost done. We'll probably see him go up and try to get into Valkyries, but he is taking some significant damage. Now, he's almost double the worker count, so we still definitely have potential here for him to come back and win this game. He's got to shut down the mutas, though, and the mutas just will not be shut down. Look at this. They kill 1 turret, 2 turrets before the other 2 finish. He's going to get a 3rd, it looks like, and he should run out after that and reinforce a little bit. Look at this. Again, not enough Marines in the bunker. Soso just maybe a little bit too greedy, not enough defense against the well-known most aggressive pro gamer. Takes that damage on the bunker, and now the Zerglings on top of these missile turrets. Feels like they're ZeLoTs, I tell you, the amount of damage they're doing. Jumps on the turrets once again. Soso's defense just so fractured, it's hard to even keep track of everything at this point. And with no turrets on top of the bunker, or on top of the barracks, this is where you lose games as Terran. When they get on top of your production, it doesn't matter. StarCraft 1, StarCraft 2, doesn't matter the matchup. If you're on top of Terran production, Terran units, when they pop out 1 by 1, are the weakest in the game by far. Like, they just get absolutely massacred. So, without that critical mass, like 2 Marines popping out can just be picked off instantaneously. Look at this. The Mutas taking down building turrets. He's trying to get into those Valkyries. There's the armory. There's the starport, but he can't really get anything to make at this point. Barely holding his front. 2 medics in the bunkers, if that's going to help anything. And before you ask, no, medics do not heal from inside a bunker or heal things inside the bunker with them. See how that's still damaged? Yeah. So jumping on top of these missile turrets, ZeLoT has done just about everything he needs to do. And still, by the way, same drone count the entire time. 3 drones on minerals, just nothing going on other than these mutas. A very all-in play from ZeLoT, but well executed. And soso paying the price here for not having enough defense. GG. ZeLoT goes up 2-0.